What's up guys, this is KhUnlimited and today I have another video for you guys, and this is another discussion video. Now before I start with the discussion video, I just want to let you guys know I'm having an idea for these discussion videos where I take my discussion videos that I've made and make them into a whole new polished video. So for example, if I have the discussion video I made about game length, when I'm making that video I only have a few notes, and while I'm making that video basically new ideas come out of me which I didn't really plan. So basically I'm going to take those ideas and I'm going to take your guys' ideas in the comments. Maybe there's some that I like, and then I'm going to take it, polish them, and put into a shorter video and an actual video on my channel, because these are more of a discussion videos for you guys to hear my ideas and me to hear your ideas. So that's just an idea I had, and I just want to let you guys know. So if you guys want your ideas in one of my videos, and if I do like them, I'll put them in my video, just comment them down below in any of my discussion videos, and I will be making a discussion video playlist in the future, so you guys enjoy that. So now back to our discussion videos, which I never edit and mistakes stay. So the topic of this discussion video is if there will be multiple playable characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. So I've written a few notes on this, and I'll be talking about my ideas of how I want it to be, who's going to be in it, and such. So first of all, I'm going to talk about who the main character should be, which is obviously Sora. And it's already been confirmed that Sora will be the main character of Kingdom Hearts 3, so don't be like telling me no, it should be this or that. No, Sora is the main character and he will be the main character. So far it hasn't been confirmed if anyone else will be playable in the game, but obviously I want that to happen. A lot of people want that to happen because there have been a lot of instances where a lot of other characters were playable. Yeah, so we've been able to play as Van, we've been able to play as Aqua, we've been able to play as Terra, Riku, and other characters, and it'd be kind of a waste if we didn't get to play as them again. So yeah, I want them to be playable, but at the same time, I don't want them to be overtaking the game. I still want Sora to be the main character of the game. So it's been a while since we've been able to play with Sora with the main game controls. By the main game controls, I mean the controls in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. I love that style the most. I know there's command decks and all that, but I don't really like that much. Sure, it was good, it did give difference because you were able to make commands, but I don't really like it that much because some commands are spammable, such as Kingdom Hearts Dream of Distance. There was Balloonra, that was really spammable, and I know what you guys are going to say, KhUnlimited, then don't use them if they're spammable. That's not what I mean, because when people start making videos on the internet, oh I beat Julian or I did this, and you just see them use Balloonra, it's just not that special anymore. So yeah, if they take away the commands, I think you need more skill to beat the games. Yeah, so because of the spammingness and stuff like that, I just don't think that the command deck would work, especially for a game like Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3, like I said in my game length video, I want it to be extremely difficult. Not my game length video, my difficulty video. I want it to be extremely difficult, a new hard mode. And if we are using command decks, I think it will take the difficulty out of it. It does make it more easier for me because every other game after Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, like when I first played Kingdom Hearts 2, it was hard, now it's easy. But every other game, there's always been an easy way to do it. Like you could do it the legit way and use like different commands, but there's always an easy way where you can just spam one command. And I don't want that to even be an option. So don't say like, oh, KhUnlimited, just don't use it. I don't want that to be an option. I don't want anyone to be able to use it. That's why I think it'd be better if you got to use the main controls. Now getting back to topic, like I said, we haven't been able to use Sora with the main game controls for a while, so I want Sora to be the main character in Kingdom Hearts 3 because we're going to be able to use the main controls. And they basically already confirmed that it's going to be the main controls because Tetsuya Nomura said it, and in the trailers of Kingdom Hearts 3 we've seen that they've been using those type of controls. And when I say I want Sora to be the main character, I really want him to be the main character. I want him to be, I don't want to only play with him like maybe for 20% of the game and then there's like 20% of Riku, 20% of Kairi. I don't want it like that. I actually want Sora to be playable for like at least minimum 70% of the game. I know that might not roll with most of you because a lot of you don't like Sora, or you guys do like Sora, you want him to be fully the game. I do want him to be fully, but I do want little sprinkles here and there of different characters. And yeah, so I really want him to be playable for at least 70% of the game because he is the main character. If it's going to be the last game of the saga, we really need to see more Sora. We haven't been seeing that much Sora, and whenever we do see a Sora, it's always a young version of him, which gets a little annoying. So now that we're going to have an older Sora, I think we should be getting most of the playtime with Sora. Now, who can we play as? So I've written a list down of people who I would want to play as, and I think we should be able to play as. One is Riku. If you didn't know, Riku is my favorite character. We have played with him in Dream of Distance and Reaching the Memories, and I think he'd be an awesome person to play as. And since we have played with him, I think it'd be fair that we get to play as him in the future. And I'm going to be going in detail more of the characters maybe in the rest of the discussion video. Second player I think we should play as is Kairi. Kairi, I think it's almost confirmed we're going to be playing as, since they've given her the Keyblade, and at the end of Dream of Distance there was a secret cutscene showing that Yen said is going to train her. I think we're obviously going to be able to play with her, and like I said, Riku and the rest of the characters I'm going to be talking about. Third character is Mickey. Mickey, I think we have to play with again. We only got to play with them a little in Kingdom Hearts 2. We have been able to play them in other games, such as Kingdom Hearts 3 50 over 2 days. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, when you got to use them once Sora dies in certain situations, it was the best feeling. The way he plays, like, he has this ultimate feeling, like, you know, when you're using him, you're gonna kick ass. So that feeling was amazing. So I think we should be able to play with Mickey again. I think we may play as Donald and Goofy, and it'll be kind of weird. We got to play with them in Kingdom Hearts 3 50 over 2 days, but it was kind of okay playing with them. They weren't the best. I usually only played with Goofy if I just want to play like jokefully, like not really just want to kick ass, but I want to be able to play as them and kick ass at the same time. So like, I don't know how it would work. Maybe they have a different battle system, but I would really want them to stay with the same battle system, but still like hit. Like with Goofy, actually, like in 350 over 2 days, theirs weren't too bad. I think they should just polish it a little more and feel less, a little less AI moves. Because when you're playing as them, it's basically like you just use a hack and control them, because they felt kind of AI still. When using them, their attacks, you didn't really have too much control. So if they polish them a bit, I would be okay with using Goofy and Donald too. The next character I would like to play is Lee. Lee, again, just like Kyrie, he got a Keyblade. I think he should be playable too. And again, I'm going to be going through him in more detail in the rest of this video. And I would also want Ven and Aqua to be playable, and maybe Terra. I don't know, since in my opinion I think Terra is going to become free at the end of the game. Like literally when you defeat Master Xeno, he doesn't become free. Some cutscenes gonna happen, stuff like that. So I don't know if we're actually going to be able to play as him. But yeah, it'd be cool if we could play with Aqua and Ven. But at the same time, I would be okay if we didn't, because since the list that I said, those are the main people I really want to play as. Ven and Aqua, I'd be okay if we didn't, because Aqua, I didn't really have an amazing time playing with her in Birth by Sleep. I didn't like how she fought that much. Maybe if they changed it up, I'd be okay. Then I actually liked how he played, but again, I'd still be okay if I didn't get to play with them, because I already have so much people that I want to play as, and I don't want this whole game to be played with too many characters. Even the people that I did state already, that's a little too much, but I'd be okay if you got to play with them. Remember my opinion. If you have a different opinion, put it down in the comments below. Now that I have a bunch of people, you gotta put them into groups, because usually this game consists of trios and or maybe teams. So I'm gonna be putting them into groups, and these are the groups that are gonna be in the story, because they do have to split up and do different things in the story, as Tetsuya and Nomura already stated. So the first group I want is Riku and Mickey. I know you guys are gonna be saying, oh, why not Sora, Kairi, and Riku? I know that's what everyone wants, they've been together, but honestly, I think it'd be better if Sora is in his original trio with Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and with the Riku's trio or team, I want Riku and Mickey. They've been best friends for a long time now. They met in Kingdom Hearts 1. Sounds weird how I'm explaining it, but yeah, they're really good best friends now, and I think it'd be awesome if they got to fight alongside each other for maybe their last adventure. I don't know, because in the Dark Secret Saga, maybe, I don't know, some shit might happen, but I want Riku and Mickey to be in a team together and kick ass together. And I think it would be pretty cool, because I know Riku is now light now, but he still has some power of darkness here and there. He could still control it. He has controlled it now because it can't affect him anymore. So with that, contrasting with Mickey's amazing light, he has those light pearls he shoots out and things like that. I think it'd be together a perfect team with Riku and Mickey. Second team I want is Lee and Kairi. I know this is kind of weird. People are gonna be like, why Lee and Kairi? They don't like seem, you know, together. God damn it, the phone. Sorry for that cut there. The phone was ringing and I had to answer it, but now we're back. Sorry for that. And I was explaining why Lee and Kai should be together. Like I was saying, I think you guys would find it weird for them to be together, but the reason I really want them together is because they have one main thing in common. They're new time Keyblade wielders, and since they're both being trained under Master Yoon said, I think it'd be a perfect thing, because since they're going to be training together, essentially, them being in the same team would make sense. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I had to do something. But yeah, since they're being trained together, I think them being together would make the most sense, and I think it'd be the perfect thing. It's kind of like how Lee and Kairi are, is how Aqua, Ven, and Terra, where they're being trained together, and Lee and Kairi would be the perfect mix like that. And I think if they are being trained together, they should be in the same team. Other than that, I don't really have another main reason for them to be together, but since there were kind of sore thumbs out from the groups that I already have, I think that reason really puts them together. So I think it'd be perfect if Lee and Kairi should be together. And the other group I already mentioned is Sora, Donald, and Goofy. They've been together from the start. There's no reason that they should be separated, because Riku and Kairi are here. Maybe Sora, Riku, and Kairi could be a group near the end of the game if they have to do something. But I actually have another idea for the end of the game. I've explained it in one of my first videos, but I'm thinking of doing a more detailed video on that idea. So yeah, I'm not going to be talking about it right now, but yeah, Sora, Donald, and Goofy are going to be the trio with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. And if you guys are asking what about Aqua and Ven and Terra, like I said, I don't think Terra is going to be coming to the end of the game, and Aqua and Ven, maybe they could be together, but I'm not sure, because when it happens, you're gonna free Aqua first because you need Aqua to free Ven. And I think there's gonna be a gap between that. So when they do get Aqua, I'm pretty sure she'll just team up with one of the other teams that are there. Maybe with Riku and Mickey or Lee and Kairi, since they only have 2 people. And then once they get Ven, then maybe Aqua and Ven could be together, something like that. I'm not sure with Aqua and Ven right now because right now we don't even know how it's gonna work. And I don't really want to put them in the teams. But for confirmed teams, like from my point of view, what I think they should be is Riku and Mickey as one team, Lee and Kairi as one team, and Sora, Donald, and Goofy as one team. So how would this work? How would we be able to change to other characters, or how would it happen? I just want to stay right here. I don't want it to be like Birth by Sleep. I think Birth by Sleep, it was a horrible idea in my opinion. Don't hate, please. But sorry. But what they did in Birth by Sleep, I really didn't like. All I see that they did was put one story and we replayed it 3 times. And I know it's different point of views, but really it didn't seem new. It seemed like the same old thing. I really wish that Square Enix just save the space. And one more thing, each of the stories weren't even that long. They were pretty short. I finished them pretty fast. So if they just made it into one long story, so triple the size, and extended the story, extended the details, I would be much more like happy about it. But the thing that they did with the 3 stories, I didn't really like at all. Each of the stories seemed kind of like the same. So when I played Ven's first. After I played Ven's, I played Aqua's or Heroes, can't remember. I played theirs. It really seemed the same, just little differences. And then I played the 3rd one. It seemed the same, barely any differences. So I didn't really have that much fun playing the other 2. The first one obviously was pretty fun. It was my first story, but the other one seemed almost the same. So I don't really want them to do what they did in Birth by Sleep. So I don't want the other characters to be like that. What I do want is to be able to play with the other characters, but having 3 separate parts of the story. So say the story was cut into, this is just an example, say the story was cut into 3 parts. The first part would be Sora's trio, the second part would be Riku's team, and the 3rd part would be Lee's team. I don't want it to be like this. I'm just giving an example. I really want it to be kind of like threaded through. So sometimes it's Sora, then it's Riku's, and it's Lee's, then back to Riku's and Sora, something like that. It's gonna go with the story and flow perfectly. So I don't want it to feel too abrupt. So for example, I'm doing something, I'm playing as Sora and I'm doing something with Donald and Goofy. But then at this certain part of the story, it's showing Riku and Mickey, and it would make more sense to play as Riku and Mickey. Because Kingdom Hearts has had these moments where they're showing a cutscene of someone and it'd be perfect to play as them, but we never get to play with them. It just goes back to Sora. So when it feels like a part that you should be able to play with Riku and Mickey, we should be able to play with Riku and Mickey. Something that feels natural, not something like Tetsuya Nomura or Square Enix and me thinking, oh shit, we have to play as Riku at one point in the game, where should we put it? No, not nothing like that. They write the story. If there's a point of the game that they want us to play with Riku, we should be able to play with Riku. If there's a part of the game that it feels like we should be able to play with Lee, we should play with Lee. Things like that, so it feels more natural and it just goes with the flow of the game. So that's how I think it should work, how the story should work, and how we'll be able to switch characters. But if we are using them in trios, and we are using a certain trio, so for example we're using Lee and in our team is Kairi, and if you want to switch as Kairi, I guess we could do that too. Maybe it could be something like the Lego games. In the Lego games, you have 2 characters or 3, and you could switch amongst them by pressing triangle. They could have something like that. But what I'd rather have is that you're forced to use one of the characters. So if it was a team of Lee and Kairi, you'd have to use Lee. And like I was talking before, while you're using them, maybe something happens and like it'd make more sense to use Kairi. It'd make more sense to be in Kairi's point of view. Then you get to use Kairi. So the story kind of forces you to use a certain person. Something like that would make more sense to me, because like I said before, if something happens and it make more sense if you saw it in Kairi's point of view. Say something happened with Sora and Kairi, something happened with Sora and Riku and we had to save them. It wouldn't really make sense if we were using Lee to save them. It'd make more sense if we were using Kairi, because she has more of the emotion and she would really want to do it more than Lee. So that's what I'm kind of talking about, like when I say when you get to switch as characters, and that's how I would want it to happen. Yeah. So now another topic in this topic, how will they play? So I'm going to be talking about this little. So I don't want all the characters to feel the same, so I want all of them to play differently. For example, I'm going to be giving an example of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. In Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, all 3, Ven, Aqua, and Terra, they all played a bit differently. Ven played fast, Aqua played more magic based, and Terra was strong. So they all played a little different, and because of these different types of plays, when playing, people usually had their favorite. So someone who likes using spells more, they probably like Aqua more. In my opinion, I like people who play fast. I've always been like that. I hate strong and slow people. I like fast and quick people, so I naturally liked Ven. And my little brother, he likes more like strong people, so he liked Terra. So because they all play differently, we all had a favorite. If they all played the same, none of us would actually give a shit. Like if we got to play as Van, Aqua, Terra, it wouldn't really matter to us. But because they do have these differences that stand out, we do make favorites and have bonds with different characters. So that's something I like. So I want something like that with each of the other characters. So some example, maybe with Lee, his attacks will be more range attacks. Since he used chakrams in the past, maybe with his Keyblade he has similar attacks. Maybe he throws them around such as strike raids, and his overall fighting style is more range based. That would be something cool that's respected to Lee and not with anyone else. Sure, the other people could have some range attacks, but Lee will be basically based on range attacks. So if someone, like, say for example, someone liked a fighter or other games where you had more range and not that much close combat, they would probably naturally like Lee more since he has more range attacks. And same with Riku. Riku is able to control darkness, and he has more dark attacks. Maybe he could have something with dark attacks. I don't know how it would work exactly, what kind of fighting style it would be, but these are just some examples I'm giving you how it could be. So each character plays differently. So I would want things like that, and that's how I would really want the different characters to be played in Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all I really have to say in this discussion. Sorry if I was stuttering a lot or something. I don't know, I'm just stuttering right now, and I had to pick up the phone. I was out of the breath, I had to do stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry if this came out kind of a mess. But like I said at the starting of the video, I will be making each of my discussion videos into polished videos in the future. So give your opinion in the comments below, and if I do like any ideas, they will be going in my final script in the final videos. I don't know when these videos are going to be made, maybe more in the future. So I don't know when it's gonna be done, but I just want to let you guys know so you guys are more excited about this, so you guys could go into my discussion playlist when I do make it. You guys could just comment in each of my videos what ideas you have, and if I do like them, they'll come in my final videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion video. If you guys enjoy my discussion videos, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and remember the possibilities for Kingdom Hearts Unlimited. Later.